here paint. And so coming here to talk with you, all I ask is that my travel expenses be paid. Right. My real job is in consulting, and I help companies make money and save money by using free software, and they pay me for helping them do that. But I'm working right now with a little company called Kulu, and what we want to do is bring environmentally friendly computing to the world. Because your desktop systems you have, they may use 100 watts of power, 200 watts of power, or if you're a real gamer, they use 300 or 400 watts of power. But that's very expensive, you know, and we're going to bring out the next billion computers, and they all use 200 watts of power. That's 200 billion watts of power. That's a lot. So I think it'd be better if we create a system that most people could use that uses only 10 watts of power. And then when it uses only 10 watts of power, you can leave it on all the time. So your computer becomes your telephone, becomes your TV set, your radio, your alarm clock, your calendaring system.
Entertainment.
It becomes your friends. You know, you're always talking to it. Shut up, computer. But as soon as you turn your computer off, it's like a boat anchor, right? So we want to see a computer system that's on all the time, and we also believe in wireless mesh networking. So we want to bring the internet to people that have never had it before because it's too hard to go that last mile with broadband. And we want to make computers easy to use. And that's we think that a lot of computing is becoming web-based, that there's people that are doing a lot of things, kind of like Google and using Google apps, people putting their pictures on these different things. So we believe that people are going to be paying for services, and they want their computer to be as easy to use as the telephone. You know, in the old days, you had the telephone sitting on your desk. You went over, you picked it up, you dialed the number, you expected it to work, right? And it was very simple. You didn't need the manual for your telephone. You know, you didn't need to have training classes for your telephone. But there was this huge network behind it that was very complex, and that people worked, got paid to maintain. And that's the way we feel the computer should be. What we want to do is make the computer very easy to use, and then we have people trained to do all the work that a lot of people spend the time at home. You know, so your parents at home, they may spend 10 or 15 hours a week trying to get their computer to work. If we could free them up from that to make it really easy for the computer to work, then they could spend 12 hours a week playing solitaire, or you know, or looking at pictures of the kids, or whatever parents do with their computer. I don't know. or people at work. You know, instead of having to fight with your computer at work, you can actually have it work very easily. That's what we want to do.
So if we install Linux instead of Windows on the desktop PCs, it will in some way increase the complexity of working on computer systems.
Well, unfortunately, with the way Linux is today, it doesn't do that much. Okay, and it's part of our philosophy. We don't think that all computing will ever get to that point. But we think that a large number of people who today have a very complex computer system on their desk could really use only a browser, right? So if you said to them, when you turn on your computer, the first thing you see is the browser, and you don't see anything else. You don't have to tell it what time it is. You don't have to tell it where you are. You don't have to tell it your name. Nothing. You turn it on, the first thing you see is the browser. Ooh. And then all you get is every once in a while a couple of bug updates for the browser or security hole updates for the browser, the operating system, right? You don't have to worry about the mail system, somebody else worries about that. You don't have to worry about the database, somebody else worries about that. That's what they pay for. That's our business model.
But the gaming industry and all the industries like entertainment industries, which based on closed source, will suffer a lot if operating systems are made open source.
But why is the video industry based on closed source?
No, not video gaming, and specifically gaming.
Why is the gaming industry based on closed source? The gaming industry is an interesting one because the gaming industry the real value in a game today is not the engine. The real value in the gaming industry today is the story behind it, right? And the graphics and all the things that go into making the entire environment. The engine itself, a lot of companies are putting that out as open source. So, and a lot of the gaming industry is now moving to a model where they have a server, and you log into that server. What you're paying for is the time to use that server so you can game with other people. That's where they're getting their money from. So they want to give away their game. They want to get as many people to have their game as possible, so they log into that server and pay their money through that. So different models work for different people. And oh, by the way, I don't expect that my 10-watt computer on your desk is going to be a gaming computer. You're still going to have your 300 and 400-watt computer for that. But your mother and father, they don't typically play those games, you know. My computer is okay for solitaire. Move the card. Or mines.